Welcome back, guys. Now, in last video, we dealt about the resonance and we did about a few frequency response characteristics of XC, XL, R, and the impedance. Now we'll deal about a new concept called um, the frequency. We'll find the frequency at which the voltage across capacitor is maximum. So here, if you observe carefully, the RLC is field. Now we are seeing the voltage across capacitor. So we are finding the frequency. So in this, we get 1 by omega c. So in this characteristics, we leave about this j omega. So we are not dealing any phasors, right? Not dealing phase. So we'll keep. So I equal to what? Xc. Then Xc is what? 1 by omega c. So if we varying frequency, the voltage across the capacitor also increase, right? So Vc is inversely proportional of omega c. If we vary the frequency, the value of voltage across capacitor is also varying. So this is I. So if we varying the frequency, the voltage across capacitor is also varying. But at one frequency, the voltage across capacitor will be maximum. So at one frequency, the voltage across capacitor will be maximum. That is means it is not resonance frequency, but we are willing to find. So in the varying the frequency, we are not only supposed to see whether it become the circuit become a resonant circuit but in between the varying the frequency, what are the responses we are getting? If you vary the frequency, you will find the voltage across the capacitor also, you will find voltage across inductor also, but in between varying this, at some one point the voltage across capacitor will be maximum. So we are wishing to find voltage across capacitor at maximum at which frequency? So that derivation is we are doing out. So if we have by this formula we have Vc equal to what? I into Xc. Then it will become, so we have according to Ohm's law V equal to Iz. So then I equal to what? V by Z. Substitute this here. That will come V by Z and this is Xc. So Xc equal to what? Z equal to what we have? Root of R square plus X square. This is Xc. Now this will become root of R square of plus net reactance means XL minus Xc whole square into Xc. So this is V square. Squaring this will get, this is Vc. Squaring this will get V square equal to Vc square equal to Vc square V square plus R square plus XL minus Xc whole square into Xc square. We have XL equal to omega L and Xc equal to 1 by omega c. Substitute those values. So we will get X square equal to V square plus R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega c whole square into X 1 by omega c whole square. So solving this thing, you will get Vc square equal to V square. So if you solve this by squaring by a minus b whole square form, ultimately you will get V square by omega square c square R square plus omega square Lc minus 1 whole square. So getting voltage across Vc square, voltage across capacitor, that is square of voltage across capacitor equal to this formula. So if you observe this formula here, so this formula is in base of capacitor and inductor, resistor and omega. Now what we are wishing to find with respect to varying of frequency, you want to find the voltage across capacitor. So in general, to get any maximum value of a characteristics, what you will do, you will differentiate that characteristic with variable varying frequency, variable characteristic, and will equate to 0. So for example, to get maximum value of x with respect to time, what we will do, we will differentiate that value and we equate to 0. Similarly, in maximum power transfer theorem, what we did, the power across the load PL with respect to load frequency, we differentiated this and we equated it to 0, and we got RL equal to R Thevenin. Similarly here, with varying frequency d omega of Vc square, we will get d by d omega Vc square, d Vc square. So differentiation of Vc square with respect to omega, that if you equate to 0, you will get that frequency. So we will do that now. So you got Vc square equal to what? Vc square equal to V square by omega square C square R square plus omega square LC minus 1 whole square. So dVc square by d omega c square. This is in the form of d by dx of x by y. So the formula is what? You have y into dx minus of y into x into dy by y square. This is the formula. So apply same this thing here. So this is will be y and this is will be x. Differentiation of x is dx is what? 0. So we'll keep this value, this is here. So this value into differentiation of this will become 0. So this part will be 0. We'll place that 0 here. Minus of x is what? V square. D by dy and y. So differentiation of this denominator with respect to d omega equal to what will come? Omega square c square r square plus omega square LC minus 1 of whole square. Divided by y square, that is divided by this square. Omega square c square r square plus omega square LC minus 1 whole square. This differentiation should be equal to equated to 0. So we'll get minus of v square into, so with vacancy omega, so x square. So this is variable and this will be constant. So 2 omega, what will become? 2 omega c square r square plus 2 of omega square LC. So differentiation of x square is what? 2x. So this is, we could take x 2 into this differentiation value, and this also we will equate, differentiate, that is 2 omega LC. This will become, this goes to 0, this will outside will go to 0, equal to 0. Now what will be, this will become so this v square also will become 0. We will go to that side. Then we will have 2 omega c square r square plus 4 of 2 into 2, 4 of omega square LC minus 1 of omega LC equal to 0. So if you observe carefully, you take 2 common here and we will further reduce this here, like you'll get omega c square r square plus 2 of omega square LC minus 1 into omega LC equal to 0. So further solving, you will be getting omega c square r square plus 2 into omega LC now what will happen is 2 omega LC into I want to simplify way better here, that's why I'm taking time. This is say now we'll do, so in these two we have omega common, so we'll evaluate that, then this will become omega common, C common, so we'll take omega C common here and C R square plus 2 omega square LC minus 1 of, you take omega CS CL common, this is will become 0, then will become, so omega is taken outside, will reduce that, now this will become CR square plus 2 omega square L square C minus 2L equal to 0. So by this what we need is omega we need, because we are intended to find the frequency. So from this circuit, from this equation, equate omega square. Equate omega square means we have, so this will take this circuit, we'll take this move upside, we got CR square plus 2 omega square L square C minus 2L equal to 0. So take that, move that CR square 2L that side, so 2 omega square L square C equal to 2L minus CR square. So this will further becomes 2 omega square equal to 2L minus CR square by 2L square C. So divide each into individual term, 2L equal to 2L square C minus 2CR square equal to 2L square C. So this becomes CC cancelled and this L 2L cancelled, and this become 1 by LC minus of R square by 2LC square, that omega naught, this is square. So this is what, so omega square you got, so take that square on that side, you will get root of omega. So this is in radians per second, so this is what we called omega, we name it as omega C. That omega C, if you name this omega C, means at this frequency the voltage across a capacitor is maximum. So this is radian per second form. So we have omega equal to 2 pi f. This frequency in hertz means Fc is equal to 1 by 2 pi of root of 1 by LC minus R square by 2L square. You will be getting. So this is the frequency, this is the derivation of the frequency at which the voltage across capacitor is maximum. Okay. Similarly, we will find, so this frequency, you may memorize this frequency equation. So simply we can memorize this equation. How is, you have resonance frequency of RLC circuit is F naught equal to 1 by 2 pi into root over 1 by LC. So if you want this frequency, means you have to add minus of R square by 2L square. So this is the simple method to Why? Because I am asking you to memorize in circuit in few problems. What will they give? What will they will give means they will give a simple RLC circuit. No, they will ask you to find the frequency at which voltage across capacitor is maximum. So in that question, if they give this question means you need not to do all this derivation, or if they ask derive and find the capacitance, you have to do compulsorily. But if you ask directly what is the frequency means, you have to memorize that equation, that formula. Okay. Similarly, we have another derivation. The frequency at which voltage across inductor is maximum. So similarly, the volt frequency will be varied, and the voltage across inductor also will vary. So we have the voltage across inductor VL equal to what? I into XL. Similarly, by Ohm's law, V equal to IZ. So substitute this here, V by Z equal to XL. The same way what we did in VC, the same formula, the same things will be happened. We'll differentiate VL square with respect to omega and equate to 0. You will get FL equal to directly in the form of 1 by 2 pi into root of LC minus R square C square by 2. So the same procedure you will form for the voltage across the frequency. To find the frequency across voltage inductor is maximum. The same formula base you will follow and find the FL vehicle. So FL is the maximum frequency at which the voltage across inductor is maximum. So this is FL. So this similarly this also will memorize here. So this is LC is not changed. R square C square by 2 will be added. Here what? The same formula is in numerator and this is in the denominator if you observe carefully. So 1 by LC minus R square by 2L square. Here R square C square by 2. So similarly the problem will be asked for series RLC circuit to find the frequency at which voltage across inductor is maximum. For this you have to apply this formula and find the voltage, the frequency at which the formula. So by basing on this explanation, I wish to draw a characteristic voltage across each element with respect to varying frequency. So if you vary the frequency, so voltage across, if you take VL and VC in y axis, so voltage across inductor, voltage across capacitor will be in the form of like this curve. So this is at this point, this is called FL. At this point, the voltage across inductor VC max, this is maximum value. This is FL. At this frequency only we are getting maximum value. So voltage across frequency across capacitor, maximum voltage across inductor will be applied, if you draw the curve means this is VC curve, VL curve, this is called VL and this is called VC. And at this point where this is called resonance frequency. So this FC and FL are maximum frequency at which voltage across inductor is maximum and capacitor is maximum, and frequency at which the voltage across inductor is maximum. So these are the curves you need to know. Okay, and this is resonance frequency. So if you observe carefully the resonance frequency, the voltage across inductor is equal to voltage across capacitor. How they become voltage across inductor is becoming to voltage across capacitor. Why? Because the XL will be equal to XC. At this point Vc equal to VL. This, that's why it is called, we are getting resonant frequency there here. Okay. Now we'll deal about another topic. Now we'll deal about another different topic. So in your syllabus, according to resonance, you have introduction and quality factor, bandwidth, and RLC. For RLC, series and parallel circuit, and few problems based on above theory. So now we'll deal about the quality factor. So quality factor, the name indicates quality. So quality means to judge any circuit or any component which will be used in a certain specifications or certain demand will depend on the quality. So the manufacturer will give this quality. So for some uses we may not require maximum quality. So minimum quality products we will be using. So similarly, these circuits also, the RLC series also have a circuit and RLC parallel circuit, and different circuits have different quality factors. So in general, quality factor is defined as Q equal to 2 pi of energy stored per cycle of supply by energy dissipated for cycle of supply. So energy stored per energy dissipated into 2 pi gives a quality factor. So okay. So for example, if you take a pure inductor, so this pure inductor does not consisting of, ideal inductor doesn't consisting of resistance R. So here R equal to 0. So the quality factor gives that this inductor will store some finite energy, and the dissipation, since it is R equal to 0, the dissipation will be 0. So dissipation of energy will be 0. So there is no dissipation. Whatever the energy stored will be accumulated there only. So since there is no leakages, the impedance, the energy stored is finite. If finite by 0 means, what you will get? Infinite. So the quality factor of a pure inductor is infinite. Similarly, if you take capacitor, these also have the finite energy stored. This energy is stored in EMF form. So magnetic force, it will be stored, and this is in magnetic form. So this is have finite energy. Similarly, there is no energy resistance here, no dissipation. So since energy dissipation is 0, this is also have a quality factor of infinity. If you take the resistor R, since the resistor R, the energy storage element is not there, so energy storage is 0, and this is have a finite dissipation. So the quality factor of this resistance is 0. So resistance quality factor is 0, and the inductor capacitor quality factors are infinity. If you observe carefully, for this pure inductance, I am introducing a component called resistor. Then this will become a coil, but this coil have a finite energy, finite quality factor. Why? Because it have a finite energy storage due to inductance, and a finite dissipation due to resistance. So finite value. So the quality factor will have finite. So since the energy storage and energy both are in joules, this quality factor has no units somehow. So no units. Basing on no units only, you will find quality factor Q. Similarly, resistor in series with coil. This resistor and series resistor, this also have a finite value, quality factor. And similarly, now in this class, we'll derive a quality factor of RLC series circuit. For this RLC series circuit, you will derive the quality factor. This is V, this is VR, and this is VC, and this is VL. Sorry, this is VL and this is VC. Now I need to explain a few concepts here. Quality factor in general by manufacturer. So if you take the raw product, the quality factor of some gold is, you can't judge that. Initially it is a pure quality. So after deformations we will have different qualities, like if we add some stones and all, the quality of a gold will be changes. Similarly, by default the pure inductor or pure capacitor has a quality factor of infinite. So there is no need to judge that inductor. Similarly, so the quality factor definitions, the quality factor definition is what is initially we defined. It is energy storage by energy dissipation. For the for easiness of our explanation, the few circuits will be defined like that. For this RLC series circuit, the quality factor may be defined like this. So the quality factor is a ratio of voltage across VL. So quality factor is defined as voltage across VL by input voltage. So basing on this ratio only, the quality factor also decide. That means the voltage, what is the voltage across the quality with respect to input voltage, that may be a quality factor. Or else the voltage across capacitor with respect to input voltage also we can take. But we can't take voltage across resistor with respect to input voltage. Why? Because I'll explain later for this. Now, what is voltage across VL? Voltage across VL is I into XL. Okay? Input voltage means, according to Ohm's law, I into Z. So you will get cancelled both these two. Similarly, what you will get, XL means so this is become V into IR. Why? Because at impedance, at resonance, Z equal to R will become. So we will place, now directly what you will do is just this is I into XL and this is I into Z. So at resonance we are finding the quality factor. So at resonance here now we will write at resonance you will have Z equal to R. Substitute that here. This is XL, this is R. Cancel both I. So we have XL equal to what? Omega naught L and R. So this is a quality factor. So what is omega naught we have? We have omega naught equal to for RLC series circuit. For RLC series circuit, omega naught equal to root of LC. Substitute this here. You will get 1 by root of LC into L by R. So solving this, what do you get? We take R out, L by root of LC. So what is how only single L can be represented as multiple of root L. So what do you get now? So this root L, this is also we can write as root of root into L. Both L cancel. Now the quality factor becomes 1 by R into root of L by C. So this is the quality factor of series RLC circuit. So basing on similarly you can solve VC by V. So what is VC? So VC equal to what? I into XC. this is become Iz. Now this is become x equal to I cancel, x equal to 1 by omega c. At resonance Z will become R. So this will become, you have 1 by omega naught, 1 by R into omega naught c. So this we have omega naught equal to what? Omega naught equal to 1 by root of LC. Substitute here, we'll get LC by RC. So by equating we will get similarly same formula. So in denominator we will keep root L. So by using these two formula, same we will get 1 by R into root of L by C. So the whatever the formula, whether you use this formula or this formula, you will be getting the quality factor of RLC series circuit as 1 by R into root over L by C. Okay, this is a very most important formula you need to know at any cost. So 1 by R into root of L by C. So grading of any circuit basing on quality factor only. That means you can judge the figure of merit. I am using another word called figure of merit. So if the quality factor Q, which is unitless, it is only a numerical value. If the quality factor Q is less than 1, that is low figure of merit. If the quality factor is in between 1 to 10, then it is medium figure of merit. If the quality factor is more than 10, if the quality factor is more than 10, then it is has high figure of merit. So I'll recap the quality factor. The quality factor is here now in two forms we define the quality factor. Here the first form is quality factor is equal to 2 pi into energy storage per cycle of supply to energy dissipated per cycle of supply. So we also defined for RLC series circuit the voltage across capacitor, ratio of voltage across capacitor by input supply, and similarly ratio of voltage across inductor by input supply. And again we derived the quality factor and we got the equation. This is the quality factor is equal to 1 by R into root over L by C. So if you see after this what we did, so we differentiated the quality factor. So they will give RLC series circuit, they will give R value, C value, L value. Using this formula you will find the quality factor. After getting the quality factor, if that quality factor value is less than 1, then it is low figure of merit. We have to write that compulsory in box. If a quality factor is 1 between 1 to 10, then it is medium frequency figure of merit. If the quality factor is greater than 10, that is have a high figure of merit. So in next video I will be dealing with another important concept called the bandwidth. So after watching this video, just please in your comment section write your roll number and name. Thank you.